Hi, my name is Michael Holmes, and you're watching Consumerthon. In this video, we're going to look at wireless earbuds. And wireless earbuds are not anything new, but what is relatively new to 2019 and 2020 are wireless earbuds with active noise cancellation technology built into them. So we're going to be looking at four of those options. The first being the lowest priced at the Amazon Echobuds at $129, the Huawei Freebuds at $175, the Sony WF-1000XM3s at $200, and then also the Apple Airpods Pro at $235. Now, if you're quick on time and want to save some time, you may want to just consider what cell phone you're using, because that could weed out a few of the options right away. For instance, the AirPods don't have an Android app, and the Huawei's don't have a iPhone app, so that might limit your choices there. The Sony's as well as the Amazon Echobuds, those are platform agnostic, so they do have apps on both the Apple as well as Android platforms. Another quick item to consider is the charging port, because you may want to match that with your current cell phone just to kind of simplify your life a little bit. Couple notes on that is the AirPods, they use the Lightning port from Apple, and what's interesting about these is that they ship with a Lightning to USB-C connector, which is kind of like showing that Apple's like moving towards that. The Sonys use USB-C as well as the Huawei's, and then the Amazon Buds are using the micro USB port. One additional feature to note is that the AirPods as well as the Huawei Freebuds both offer wireless charging. So let's take a moment to go through some of the controls on all these earbuds and some of the customizations that are available with the apps. Let's start with the Amazon Echobuds, and here on the Amazon help page, it shows you kind of what they are configured to do outside the box. So you've got a double tap to switch between noise reduction and pass-through, a press and hold to access either Google Assistant or Siri, whatever's on your phone. You can also take one or both of the earbuds out to pause music, and then when you put them back in, it resumes. So that's kind of like your pause button, basically. Just kind of walk you through the app version as well, because you get a little bit more customization here. One of the things that's nice about these is that they do have a voice assistant through Alexa, which is available without having to use any hands. It's hands-free, and it listens for the wake word. So if I say, Alexa, play music like Jack Johnson, it'll start playing. So just the double tap will cycle between pass-through on and off. Pass-through versus noise reduction. There's a third option that you can access via the app, which is to turn things off so it doesn't amplify or delete sound, basically. And then the press and hold will activate Siri. What time is it? If we go into here, we get more options. You get the battery status of the earbuds and the case. You can adjust the volume of pass-through that comes through the headset. And then this is the third option where it doesn't add or delete, it just turns things off. You got a equalizer here, a sizing test. So now they both show great, but potentially you could use different ear tip sizes to get a better fit by using this test. So going through, did the ear tip test. The tap controls you can customize. So there's a total of 4 things that you can customize. They're set to ambidextrous mode, like by default, so it kind of like limits the amount of things that you can do. You've got 2 controls, either a long press and hold or a double tap on each ear. So that's like a total of 4 customizations that you can do. If we look at one of these, you could see the different customizations that you can set up. So it's the toggle between Bose active noise reduction and the pass-through mode. You've got a Siri assistant that you can set up, which I demonstrated. The Alexa assistant happens if you say the keyword Alexa. So I don't see any value of setting that to a tap. You've got play pause as an option. Yeah, this is like a combo of the Bose A&R and the pass-through pause. So instead of just going through pass-through, it actually pauses the music so you can actually like have a conversation with somebody. So that might be a good option. Next track, previous track, just to do no action assigned. And then also mute microphones. This side tone allows you to hear your voice when you're making a phone call. This is the option to turn off the Alexa wake word. And you have the option of muting microphones here through the app. So that's the Amazon Echobuds as far as the app and the customization. Let's move on to the next one, which will be the Freebuds, which will actually be kind of quick because I don't have an Android phone, and probably not the best person to review these. But I think this does highlight why you do have to kind of stick with the platform you're on in a sense. So not having the app available for iOS, there's only two controls you have on this. So it's to turn the active noise cancellation on or off. So you've got a double tap to turn the active noise cancellation on or off. There's no pass through on these because you'll note that these don't have the kind of like the rubber insulation tip. So you do actually hear more of the ambient noise around you, even when the noise cancellation is on. I mean, I would say that these are probably the worst at noise cancellation, even though it is a feature, I guess, that they say that they have. And then the only other control you have on this is to skip to the next song. So that's just a double tap on the right earbud. Next ones we'll be looking at are the Sonys. Okay, so the Sonys using the splits controls by default to the right side and the left side. So the right side is a play pause with a single touch. You can skip by pressing 2 times. And if you want to go backwards, it's 3 times. Using the left side, you have the off, on, or pass through. And that's a single tap to cycle through noise canceling on, pass through, and then pass through off. And then here's the app. So what do we have here? We've got battery level. I guess missing here would be the battery charge on the case. Okay, so this is kind of neat. I guess there's different sound controls for what you're doing, and I guess it kind of figures out the environment you're in and then adjusts the sound control for that environment. So you have staying here, which means it focuses on voice and leaves the ambient sound all the way up. We've got walking, which reduces some of the ambient sound. Running, which turns the ambient sound all the way up but doesn't focus on voice. And then we've got transport, which turns the noise cancellation on and doesn't focus on voice. You've got wind noise reduction as a level, and then ambient sound levels 1 through 20. So yeah, this is kind of neat. The idea that the app will kind of detect what you're doing and adjust the noise cancellation for what you're doing. I got an equalizer here, and there's presets, or you've got custom options. Let's see if we could set up these custom options, and then you just kind of go through here and set these up. We have the option to turn off the pause when the headphone is taken out. Ooh, 360 reality audio setup. What is this? Okay, so we can hear the difference. So this 360 reality audio is kind of neat. I mean, it sounds like music is coming from like different directions, I guess, other than just left and right. But then also, you would wonder what applications use this right now. Well, here we go. Available music apps for 360. So how do you do this? Photo of your ears for analysis, and then optimize the music service app by sending ear analysis results. Okay, so analyze your ear shape. Take photos of your ears for analysis. Okay, stand still until shooting is performed automatically. So let's take this photo. All right, try that again. Okay, analyze your ears. This will take approximately 30 seconds. So this is an app with 2.3 as far as ratings and 32 total ratings. So this is a little bit questionable, I guess, as far as popularity, but maybe we'll look at the other option. Curious, I guess, what Nugs here has on the App Store as far as ratings and total number of reviews. Oh, wow. So, yeah, even though the other one is is kind of prioritized, I guess, as far as being the first one, like this seems to be the much more valuable app. It's got 4.8 star review and 16,000 ratings. It seems like Sony should just kind of delete that other one. So yeah, this 360 thing, that could be kind of cool and gimmicky. Okay, let me take a moment to go back to Nugs, and this is kind of crazy. Like, it is expensive. So you've got like the standard subscription, which is $13 a month, and then the premium like subscription, which is supposed to be higher audio quality, is $24.99 a month. So $25 a month is like more expensive than like Apple Music, Spotify, like any of the normal streaming services. And you look at the actual subscription, like what it includes, it doesn't have like every song ever created. It's not like the extensive music library you'd expect, I guess, from a $10 a month subscription. But it's geared towards live concerts. And one thing I noticed, I guess, is this 360 audio, I guess, which was the reason I checked out this platform, is there's only just like a handful of 360 audio choices, and it's not like any songs that I mean, they're okay songs, but it's not like anything that I would seek out to listen to, basically. So I think that 360 degree listening is like maybe just kind of like a little bit of a gimmick at this point. It doesn't seem to like it's something that's it's cut on to the map or by the masses. Sound quality mode, so you can choose between priority on sound quality or a stable connection. This doesn't really give you a lot of information. I wonder what DSEEHX means. But yeah, turned it to auto. And then let's look and see what our functions here are. So you've got left and right. So this has a lot of functionality, I guess, that you can assign to the left or the right ear. Seems like you've got to choose between a category for each left or right ear of like things that you want to control, like a subcategory, and then it'll tell you like what the controls are. So for instance, if I choose ambient sound here, it's just the tap or continue pressing for quick attention. Playback controls, you've got one tap for play pause, two taps for next song, triple tap for previous song, and continue pressing to launch the voice assistant. Go through the volume control menu. A tap will raise the volume, continue pressing to lower the volume. Google Assistant will be one tap to cancel the audio input, two taps for voice notification. Continue pressing for audio input. Amazon Alexa would be one tap for audio input or cancel. And then you can also have the option of just assigning it to nothing. And so left or right ear, you can choose between all these menus. So yeah, that's the Sony's. And let's move on to the last one as far as the controls that are available and the app experience. Let's look at the Apple Airpods. I just want to go over the touch controls for these. And I will say that I like these touch controls the best because the other ones are based on you tapping it. AirPods are using something called like force touch. So it's like you kind of squeeze there's like some indentations, I guess, on the earpod, and you squeeze it, and that counts as the touch. So it's you're less likely to have false positives, like if you just kind of brush up against your ear or touch it. I noticed like when I was if you use the earbuds like while you're kind of like in bed, I guess, and maybe like have your arms near your ears, like you can get like some false positives, I guess, sometimes. But I do like the force touch feature. So with this, you've got one click to pause and play. That's the toggle there. You've got 2 clicks will go to the next track. The 3 clicks will go to the previous track. And then a long press will turn on noise cancellation, or a long press will also toggle off to pass through mode. Now there are some customizations here. So let's go into the app. To access the app, you go to the Bluetooth settings, and you click on the info button for the AirPods. So here you see you've got the controls for transparency, off, or noise cancellation. You can also set these controls to also include cycling through the off mode, so it's not amplifying noise or canceling it. And then the other option here is to just turn it to where it activates Siri. But these have the active listening, so you can say, "Hey Siri," and it pulls it up. Apple does have this ear fit test as well. Got automatic ear detection, which basically just transfers audio from your phone or your computer over to the AirPods when it notices you're connected. Microphone automatic. Basically, when you're on a phone call, microphone only comes off of one earbud, so you can choose the left, right, or automatic. And yeah, that's basically it. So not too complicated, but at the same time, there's I guess one other feature. The other thing you could do is open your earbud case near the phone, and it'll show you the left and right batteries as well as the case battery. All right, so we went over kind of the controls, the different software apps. So let's take a few moments to talk about battery life. And didn't test this individually, but we're just going to go with the manufacturer suggested numbers. And we'll do like from least battery life to most battery life. So Huawei had the worst with 4 hours of continuous music playback. And with the case, because you can recharge it, I guess, with the case, you could extend that to 20 hours. Next would be the Apple Airpods Pro, which gives you 4.5 hours of listening time, which you can extend to 24 hours with the case. And then the Echobuds from Amazon. These give you 5 hours of music playback, and then you can extend that to 20 hours with the charging case. And then lastly is the Sony's, which give you 6 hours of battery life, and then 24 hours with the battery pack. So the next thing I think is even more important than battery life is how they feel in your ears. I think that like the Sonys are probably like the bulkiest ones, and probably why they got like the highest battery life. But I mean, these feel like you're wearing like a giant thing on your ear. So that is one of the reasons I kind of dislike these. I mean, kind of like the next bulkiest would be these Echobuds, which they're just kind of bulky. The Huawei ones are really they're kind of like a combination of what the old AirPods used to be like, because they don't have that rubber mold. So some people prefer that, I guess, and I think that if you're conscious, I guess, about like not wanting that rubber seal to completely close off your ear, and there's reasons for that, like if you're walking or if you're like chewing, how you can kind of hear yourself chew, I guess, basically if you had like a ear pod that closed off your ear with the rubber tips. So some people might just like this design more. It doesn't do a lot for noise cancellation because like it doesn't have that good fit. But you'll notice a small difference, I guess. Basically, if you're on an airplane or you're listening to like traffic noise, there's just an ever so subtle amount of noise cancellation that happens with these. And lastly is the AirPod, and I really love the way these fit. I mean, like I feel like I could wear these all day, I guess, and kind of like on the lower end of battery life. But that's okay too, because you can use one of them while the other one is charging if you want to do it that way. And yeah, I mean, I would say like of all four of these are probably the most comfortable. I'm gonna kind of quickly gloss over the sound quality a bit, because I'm not really an audiophile, I guess, but I think that like they all had good sound quality. If I had to like kind of make some choices, though, I mean, I would say that, I mean, the Sonys are kind of neat, I guess, as far as some of the features they have, I guess, for sound. And then yeah, everything else is relatively close to the same. So just to kind of wrap things up, I think that one, you got to choose a platform. So I mean, if you're iPhone or Android, I mean that'll prevent you from using the opposite. But then the other ones are platform agnostic, and I was surprised by the amount of features inside of the Sony app. That was kind of neat. The active listening for the voice assistant that worked well with the Echobuds. Also works well with Siri. With the Sony, it's going to take I guess pushing a button to make that happen. It doesn't actively listen. But then the Huawei's, I don't have the right phone to test the experience with that. So yeah, I hope this offered a kind of like a basic introduction to these different AirPods, and I understand that it's like not the most complete review, but at the same time, we're trying to cover a lot of information and across 4 different products. Let me know in the comment section down below what your favorite earbud is and why. And thanks for watching.